Good morning, everyone. 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here on our Saturday morning. And if you watched my video from yesterday, we were looking at that wave that was off of the Carolinas going, they say it has about a 10% chance, but it looked a whole lot better than that. So I'm going to start the video today with Tropical Storm Colin, which has formed right over South Carolina. In fact, the center right now, basically right over Myrtle Beach. Conway, Myrtle Beach, 501 area right there, US 17. You can see it rotating, but look where all the rain is. See all the rain over here on the right-hand side? It's all out offshore. Most of the winds are there as well, too. There's some winds here in the 30s offshore, which means we'll see some gusts near the beaches, anywhere, southern beaches of North Carolina up to Wrightsville, all the way up towards even Morehead City eventually. But we're talking winds in the 20s more than anything else. And most of the rain will stay to the southeast as well, too. Now, there's lots of sunshine you get up towards New Bern, although they're starting to see a few more clouds. Morehead City clouding up quite a bit there and probably stay that way. And you can see the showers extending up through Outer Banks out to Hatteras and parts a little bit further to the north eventually. Yeah, a little bit of a surprise. I mean, like I said yesterday, this thing, you could see it doing this already. So anyways, things are popping. If you watch that video again, I say these things tend to pop all at once. And we've got several areas that we're watching. But pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting that happened. Let's take a look at the Hurricane Center forecast, just kind of give you an idea of everything that's in play right now. We still have Bonnie on the map. Bonnie, actually 40-mile-per-hour winds. You can see it down here. It's actually coming off, and I'll talk about that next. And then we've got this wave here. So let's stick with Colin first. What I want to show you. Let's go here to the forecast maps. And this is just the rain. You can see where it all is this morning, right along the coast. Now let's go into this afternoon. That's about 2 o'clock or so. You can see the rain from Morehead City all the way up through Wilmington, all the way up through even Atlantic Beach. I meant to say Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, Atlantic Beach, Morehead City area. And then I think, eastern North Carolina, even New Bern, you'll get some showers out of this. I just don't think it's a big deal, right? Just showers and storms. The quadrant with the best chance for tornadoes is right along the coast, so I would watch Morehead City and the Outer Banks for possible water spouts, those types of things for this afternoon. This is sunset tonight. You can see the rain is starting to come off a little bit by overnight tonight, but look what's happening up here in Virginia and D.C. Pretty good storms rolling through there. That is a cold front coming southward. So by sunrise tomorrow morning, look at that. The front is now down just north of Norfolk. But look where the center is of Colin, and it kind of falls apart. It's probably sitting out here somewhere by that time, east of Morehead. And then you can see by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon, the front sinking south through Virginia Beach and Norfolk. It's getting to the northern Outer Banks by the afternoon on Sunday. Coming down into Carolina, and you can see basically Sunday evening showers and storms in eastern North Carolina and parts southward. That's part of the frontal boundary coming through. This is the 4th of July, first thing in the morning. You can see things are starting to clear out. The front trying to get down to Myrtle Beach, but watch what happens by the afternoon. It's still close enough that we're going to have clouds and showers and a couple storms around the area, especially for southeast North Carolina, Wilmington, and Jacksonville, and down towards Southport, of course, and Myrtle as well. So far as fireworks go, it would be just after this time. You see there's still some rain left over. So we'll have to watch it. There'll certainly be cloudy skies more than anything else for that particular area. Now let's talk winds. I don't expect much wind at all for this. Let's go back out to where we are now. You can see the center near Beaufort, really, more than anything else. But you can see the wind blowing on shore. And this yellow is where we have the 30s. Right, watch what happens as we go through this afternoon. Give me the wrong model here. Let me check something. This is this morning. So you see by the afternoon hours, look where the green is. And the green is basically winds in the 20s, right? That's right there along the coast. Now, it's on shore. It's going to kick the surf up. There's going to be rip currents. So if you have family or friends headed to the beach there, they need to be very, very careful just because of that. And again, this northeast quadrant over here, we'll have to watch for some tornadoes. That would be mainly the southern Outer Banks, Pamlico Sound. If you touch the Pamlico Sound and, of course, Hatteras and watch out for those types of things there. This is tomorrow morning sunrise right there. You see the winds are all dying down. You don't even see the center rotation because we're basically looking at it falling apart and kind of trying to merge a little bit with that front. So we'll be pushing all of this southward. I just don't think wind is much of an issue for it. All right, let's go back. Let's talk about Bonnie real fast. Bonnie is not much of a threat. I'll zoom out here. It's not much of a threat to the United States, obviously. It's not a threat at all. But you can see now the center, I think, is now offshore. This is a little bit old, some of this data. But you see the rotation right in here. So it maintained. It's 40-mile-per-hour winds right now. It's forecast to increase in intensity as it moves to Category 1 hurricane by Monday night. But you see it's kind of hugging the coast here. Very warm water here. The water does get colder as it gets up here towards Baja. But you see the latest forecast basically has it as a hurricane all the way out through Thursday morning. So because it held on to 40-mile-per-hour winds, it will keep the name Bonnie. There are different names for the Pacific Basin versus the Atlantic Basin, but because it stayed true, it will keep that name Bonnie as it moves off towards the west. Now, here is the other wave, and look at that. Looking fairly impressive, although it's tough to see right now if there's where the rotation is. I can kind of see a couple different layers of rotation, a couple different spots. And you really want, that needs to be stacked over top of each other, like, you know, to get that organizing. But look, that's a lot of convection. And it looks like that's going to continue to move off towards the west. So let's go back over real fast and we'll take a look at the models. Let me get us back here. Let's go down to the Caribbean. And let's track this thing. So there it is now. Where are we at? We're going to back up here. There it is now. We're talking this area right over here, okay, Eastern Caribbean. Now watch it. The GFS is not trying to really close anything off, but it's taking a lot of the moisture over the islands. Puerto Rico, Hispaniola. This is tomorrow evening, Sunday evening, moving over western Cuba. Overnight, Sunday night into Monday. This is Monday morning sunrise. Kind of falls apart, but there's a big plume of moisture. You see, it's really sitting right in here. Okay, most of it's down in here, but that moisture is extending up here, and the European model has been dragging that moisture a little bit further to the north. The GFS has been something like this, okay? So this latest jog with the GFS suggests to me that we'll probably see at least South Florida get some chance for some heavier showers Tuesday and Wednesday. Some of that could get into here. But either way, you don't see it developing anything. We'll look real fast at the European model, see what it says. Come back to today. You see it taking it right over the islands. Anyways, if any kind of center rotation goes over these islands, it's going to knock it down. It's not organized now. It would not have a very good chance of organizing if that is the case, because those mountains there would tear it up. But notice where the moisture is with this compared to where the GFS is. I mean, it's all sitting right in here. The GFS was kind of down in here somewhere. So still a little bit further south than the European. Let's go out to Monday afternoon. You can see it over Cuba and the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. Just moisture, by the way, right? Nothing developed. Worth watching, but nothing developed. And then as we get into Tuesday afternoon, there it is over South Florida. And right, that very last one right there, that's Tuesday afternoon. Now, I just think that there's a pretty deep, there's a frontal boundary coming in from the north. It's not going to get into Tampa. We're not worried about that. Well, it would be nice, right, if we could get it in. But the frontal boundary is across the deep south. It's right in here somewhere, stalling out. And you've got your moisture all in here, your tropical wave. So that's going to give us pretty decent afternoon showers and storms. And look, we get showers and storms every afternoon as it is now. But when you see a tropical wave like that moving into the area, if it does come this far north, that means we could get some heavier downpours and some flash flooding would be likely. So just something to keep an eye out for Tuesday. All right, guys. One last look at the tropics, and then I will get out of here. I hope you're enjoying your weekend, 4th of July weekend. That's a good-looking tropical wave. It looks like there's a surface rotation out here well ahead of all this convection. There is some shear in the mid and upper levels, so that's probably explaining a lot of what's going on right there. And again, I just don't think it has much of a chance for development. So a couple things popping out there. That's it for this afternoon. I hope you have a great holiday weekend.